Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about parallel resonance in RLC circuit and numerical based on series and parallel resonance. In last couple of classes we discussed about the concept of resonance, series resonant circuit. We also discussed about the very basic concept of uh, RLC parameters such as voltage current relationship, how impedance varies for frequencies, how current varies with frequencies. All this being discussed in last couple of classes, and mostly we focused on series resonating part. Today we'll be covering parallel resonant part. Now in case of parallel resonance, what happens, how current impedance all will vary, what is the derivation of resonant frequency, how that resonant frequency for parallel resonating circuit differs from series resonating circuit, and few numericals will be solved also. So these parts we'll be discussing in today's class. So these are the topics to be covered. First we'll discuss about parallel resonance, then derivation of resonant frequency. Next is variation of impedance and current with frequency and related graph, and later we'll be solving few numericals on series and parallel resonance. So let us start with parallel resonating circuit. Here what we have considered? We have considered uh, a coil. This coil is having an internal resistance of R and an inductance of L. Generally this internal resistance R of the coil is very small, which can be neglected. With this coil there is a capacitor connected in parallel. So for such circuit, how resonance will take place, that will be discussing now. Now for this circuit, see the total current, circuit current is IR, current through coil is IL, and current through the capacitor is IC. Now if we draw phasor diagram for this circuit, see, as for parallel circuit, voltage of each branch is same. So let us consider the voltage at the reference axis. So this is the voltage axis. Now what should be IL? If this is voltage for purely inductive circuit, IL is lagging behind voltage by 90 degree. And for purely resistive circuit, IR will be, for purely resistive circuit, current through resistor will be in this direction. So resultant will be this one. Okay. Now here through this RL combination, IL current is going. So if there is RL combination, the current should be in this direction through the combination. So this implies, see here, if this is voltage axis, the resultant current through the coil, which is combination of R and L, will be through this. Okay. So this is the direction of IL. Now this capacitor is acting alone here. So what is the phase angle of IC with respect to V? IC will lead V by 90 degree. So this is IC. Now see, this IL can be resolved into two components. This angle is phi L. If this angle is phi L, so this IC, IL will be having two components. One is horizontal component, which is cos component, and another is vertical component, which is sine component. Okay. Now a circuit is said to be at resonance. As we all know, a circuit is said to be at resonance if there is no reactance part, or the circuit behaves as purely resistive circuit. Now for purely resistive circuit, what happens? For purely resistive circuit, voltage and current should be in same phase. So this negative current should neutralize the capacitor current. So IC, if IC becomes equals to IL sin phi L, if this becomes equal, then only the circuit would be said to be at resonance. So this is the condition for parallel resonating circuit. If the capacitive current IC is equals to IL sin phi L, then only we could say the parallel circuit is at resonance. So this is the basic concept of parallel resonance. So main thing is which we already discussed in earlier class, to make a circuit in resonance, to operate a circuit in resonance, there should not be any reactive part or imaginary part of current or anything. So here these two imaginary currents are in opposite direction, so one should neutralize another to make the circuit purely resistive or to make voltage and current in phase. So what we concluded here is IL should be equals to IC should be equals to IL sin phi L for parallel resonating circuit. At resonant frequency, this should be equal. Now, what is IL? IL equals to V by ZL. This is ZL. Impedance of this is denoted by ZL. Impedance of this is denoted by ZC. And impedance of the entire circuit is denoted by ZR. So, IL is equals to V by ZL. Total voltage V is appearing across the RL load. IL equals to V by ZL. Now, IC equals to what? IL sin phi L. Now we'll substitute all the values of IL sin phi L, all this. So what is sin phi L? Sin phi L in the previous phasor diagram. From this, what can we say? This is the phi. So what should be sin phi L? This height is what? IL sin phi L. Okay. And the hypotenuse is IL. So sin phi L could be found from this. Now, see here. Sin phi L is XL by ZL. How to write this? What is XL here? This is the XL. Okay. So for this one, if we draw impedance triangle for this one, this is R, this is XL, and this is impedance Z, where this is the phi L. So sin phi L will be height, that is XL, by Z, that is hypotenuse. So sin phi L is XL by ZL. Now IC equals to what? V by XC, where XC is capacitive reactance of the capacitor. Now substituting all the values in this equation. IC equals to V by XC, which is found here. IL is V by ZL and sin phi L is XL by ZL. So finally we'll get this VV will be cancelled. ZL square equals to XLX. Now XL equals to what? Omega L, and X equals to 1 by omega C. So XLXC can be written as omega L by omega C, that is equals to ZL square. Now ZL square equals to R square plus XL square. It is very simple. Now L by C equals to this. What is R? R is the resistance of the coil and XL is inductive reactance of the coil. Now L by C equals to R square plus 2 pi FR into L whole square. XL can be substituted by 2 pi FR into L. Why FR is placed here? Because we are equating this equation from this one. And this equation is valid if it is at resonance. That is why corresponding resonant frequency is put here. Now by simplifying this, we'll get this equation. From this, we'll get this one. So here, this is the resonant frequency equation for a parallel resonating circuit, in which you could see this R is resistance of the coil, which is at the very beginning. I already told you this resistance of a coil is generally very minimum, very less. That is why this part can be neglected. So if R is very small, then this part may be neglected or may be equated to 0. If this part is equated to 0, then FR will become 1 by 2 pi under root 1 by LC, which is the expression for resonant frequency for series resonating circuit. So for series resonating circuit and for parallel resonating circuit, you will get the same expression if we consider R, that is resistance of the coil, is negligible. Now, what is effective impedance or dynamic resistance at parallel resonance? So we know that IR equals to IL cos phi. Why? See, IL is resolved into cos component, horizontal component, that is IL cos phi L. Now, this, at resonance, the circuit current should be equals to the horizontal component or should be in phase with V. So at resonance, IR should be equals to IL cos phi L. Okay. Now, IR equals to what? V by ZR, where ZR is total impedance of the circuit at resonance. And IL is V by ZL. Cos phi L is V R by ZL. All these we know. All these formulas we know. From this, what can we write? 1 by Z equals to R by ZL square. Or 1 by ZR equals to R by L by C. Why this? See, ZL square equals to L by C. This omega will be cancelled. ZL square equals to L by C. So this ZL square is substituted by L by C here. So finally we'll get ZR equals to ZR equals to L by CR, which is known as dynamic resistance at parallel resonance or resistance of the effective impedance of the circuit. Now, you all are familiar with this graph. In last class, we discussed this graph, but this was for series resonance. This is the curve of current varying with frequency. But in case of parallel resonance, this is somehow different. In which sense? See, this axis in parallel resonance is of impedance axis instead of current axis. So in case of series resonance, this is the current axis. In case of parallel resonance, this is the Z axis. This part we already have explained why XL is less than XC for this part. Why for this part actually what happens? XL greater than XC. For this part, it is acting as capacitive part, and this is known as dynamic impedance, which is L by CR. This dynamic impedance is placed here. Okay. Now, this dynamic impedance is very large. Why? Generally, L by C ratio is very large. That is why this dynamic impedance is very large. So at parallel resonance, in case of series resonance, the dynamic impedance or the dynamic resistance was very less. Consequently, current was very high. But at parallel resonance, the dynamic impedance or impedance at resonance will be very high. Consequently, current will be very less. That is why parallel resonating circuit is also termed as rejector circuit. Later we'll be discussing this. This is the graph for current. As impedance was maximum at resonance, so current will be minimum at resonance. This is the conclusion of parallel resonating circuit. Here, see, the circuit impedance is purely resistive because there is no frequency turn. As we all know, circuit impedance must act as purely resistive circuit, otherwise voltage and current will not be in phase, and if voltage and current are not in phase, then the circuit would not be said to be at resonance. If the unit of ZR or the circuit impedance will be ohm. Generally, ZR is very high. What is ZR? Impedance at resonance is very high due to this L by C ratio. As ZR is very high, IR will be very small. As IR is very small, it acts as rejector circuit. Now, what happens? See here, overall impedance is very high at resonance. So this IR will be very less. But this impedance is much larger than, much smaller than ZR, or this impedance is much smaller than ZR. So this will carry more current, but IR will carry very less current. That is why the circuit at parallel resonance is known as rejector circuit. Since the parallel resonating circuit can draw very small current and power from the mains, it is termed as rejector circuit. Okay, so this was the conclusion of parallel resonance. Now let us discuss some problems, some numericals on series and parallel resonance. A series resonating network consisting of a 30 ohm resistor, 2 microfarad capacitor, 20 millihenry inductor. So RLC values are given across a sinusoidal supply having 9 volt at all frequencies. So this is producing 9 volt, whereas frequency is varying. Calculate these terms: resonant frequency, current at resonance, voltage across the inductor and capacitor at resonance, that is VL at resonance and VC at resonance is to be found. Quality factor Q, bandwidth of the circuit. Also sketch the corresponding current waveform for all the frequencies. That is, resonating waveform is to be drawn. Let us solve the problem. This is the formula for resonating frequency at series RLC circuit of series RLC circuit. FR equals to 1 by 2 pi under root LC. So L value is value of inductor is 20 millihenry. That is 0.02 Henry. Capacitance is 2 microfarad. That is 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. So FR is resonative frequency 796 Hertz. Now circuit current at resonance. What is current at resonance? At resonance, Z equals to what? R. So circuit current equals to V by Z. But as at resonance Z equals to R, so Z can be replaced by R. So R is given 30 ohm. So this will give us 300 milliampere. Inductive reactance is 2 pi FL. Now this should be FR. Inductive reactance at resonance is 2 pi FR into L. FR is already found 796. So 2 pi into 796 into L is given 20 millihenry, that is 0.02 Henry. So XL is this. Now at resonance, XL should be equals to XC, so XC is need not to be found. XC and XL should be equal. So voltage across the inductor and capacitor, VL and VC. So VL must be equals to VC at resonance. So VL equals to I into XL. I is 300 milliampere and XL equals to 100 ohm. So 30 volts will appear across VL, across inductor. See, 9 volt is here. Supply is 9 volt, but here it will appear 30 volts. Okay, because the current is maximum at resonance. Now, how to find quality factor? Quality factor Q equals to XL by R. This formula we studied in series resonant circuit. So XL equals to 100. We have found R is given. So 3.33 is quality factor. Quality factor should not have any unit. It's a factor. Bandwidth is FR by Q. So this is bandwidth. Now FL equals to, this is all these formulas we have derived. FL and FH are this. So this is the current waveform in which this is the maximum current at resonance. This is the 70.7% of this current, that is 0.707 into 300. This is the lower half power frequency. This is upper half power frequency, which we already found. This is resonant frequency, and bandwidth is 238 hertz. So this is how you can solve numerical on series resonating circuit. Now let us discuss one problem on parallel resonance. At parallel resonance, for a parallel resonating network consisting a resistor of 60 ohm, a capacitor of 120 microfarad, an inductor of 200 millihenry, connected across 100 volts at all frequencies. So these RLC are connected in parallel. So having 100 volt at all frequency. Calculate all these terms. Okay. Also find current at resonance and current magnification. Now these values are given. Now see, formula for resonating frequency is 1 by 2 pi under root LC if inductor is having no resistance. So inductor is shown here having no resistance, internal resistance. So this formula will be used for parallel resonance as well, which will give us, by substituting the values, we'll get resonant frequencies 32.5 hertz. Inductive reactance as at resonance is 2 pi FR into L. FR is found, L is known. So this is inductive reactance. Quality factor is R by XL, that is R by 2 pi FL. This bandwidth is FR by Q, 22 hertz. Now, these formulas we already have derived in series resonance for lower half power frequency and upper half power frequency. This is also known as minus 3 dB frequency point, which are found to be this. Now current at resonance is V by R. Voltage is 100 divided by R is 60, that is 1.67. So what is current magnification? Current magnification can be found by this formula, quality factor into IT. So quality factor is found 1.47 into IT is this. So this is the current magnification. So this is how we can solve numericals on parallel resonating circuit. So what we discussed today, let me summarize. First, we discussed the concept of parallel resonance. We have considered one impure inductive path in parallel with a capacitor. So RL combination is in parallel with a capacitor. We have drawn a phasor diagram, and with that phasor diagram, we just try to make the voltage and current in same phase so that resonance occur. At resonance, some certain conditions are to be satisfied, and based on those conditions we found resonant frequency. Now if pure inductor is assumed, how can resonant frequency formula be reduced? That we also discussed. Then we discussed the graph of impedance and inductance, impedance and current, which are varying with frequency. Later we discussed about some concluding points on parallel resonance. Then we discussed one numerical on series resonance and one numerical on parallel resonance. So this is up to this. In next class, we'll be discussing about magnetically coupled circuit. So as of now, I'm ending up here. Thank you all.